Hello and welcome to airgunweb.com, your home for honest, real-world airgun reviews and information where we bring you the facts, not fluff. Today we look at the Colt Defender pistol from Umarex. It's an officially licensed Colt product and it sells for about $56 from PyramidAir.com. It is a 16-shot CO2 BB repeater, which is very similar to the Crosman C11, just that it's an all-metal with an integrated magazine. We will also be using the UTG BB/pellet trap right here for our review, as it traps the BBs versus letting them ricochet, which is a problem with our standard heavy-duty trap. It's also available at Pyramid Air for about $30. Let's take a good close-up look at this little pistol. The Colt Defender from Umarex is an officially licensed product from New Colt Holding Corp. It is a pretty hefty pistol that is mostly cast metal with some plastic here and there. The front sight has a white dot and the rear sight is a simple non-adjustable notch. The pistol operates on CO2, which is housed in the grip of the gun. To install the CO2, you push the button on the left-hand side to release the grip, allowing it to slide back. You install the CO2 on the left-hand side of the grip. Once the CO2 cartridge is in place, you simply turn the screw at the bottom of the gun to pierce the CO2 and get the gun ready to fire. To load the Colt Defender, you leave the grip open and load the pellets into a channel on the right-hand side of the grip. This system works much better if you elevate the bottom of the handle just a little, which helps the BBs just fall into the magazine. The safety on the Colt Defender is manual and is located directly above the trigger on the right-hand side of the pistol. From a distance, the Colt Defender looks pretty impressive, but as you get closer, you notice how quickly the finish wears off, and also how some of the cast lines don't quite match well. No doubt a consequence of the low price point. Shooting the Colt Defender is very enjoyable. It shoots in double action only, and has a fairly stiff trigger pull, averaging over 8 pounds. With decent accuracy and velocity, conservative use of CO2, and a great price point, the Colt Defender is worth a look even with some of the shortcomings mentioned earlier. Let's go ahead and talk about installing the CO2, loading the Colt Defender, and of course shooting the Colt Defender. Now, it's extremely similar to just about every other CO2 pistol out there. And frankly, I'm okay with that. If it's not broke, don't fix it. As long as it works, we don't need to reinvent the wheel here. The Colt Defender operates on a single 12-gram CO2 powerlet that installs inside the grip, and it slides back to give you access. Rather than having a removable magazine, Umarex had one engineered right into the metal grip of the pistol. The process to install the CO2, BBs, and fire the Defender goes like this. You're going to slide the grip back, add 1 drop of pelgun oil to the seal, install the CO2, and screw in the CO2 using the thumb screw at the bottom of the grip. Now turn the pistol over and lean the grip on something to raise it just slightly. Now pull back the spring and lock it open. Fill the magazine with 15 or 16 BBs. Don't overfill it because it tends to double feed when you do. Carefully release the spring and close the grip. Now the gun is basically ready to fire. The safety is located on the right-hand side of the gun, just above the trigger. Move the slider to the fire position, and you're ready to go. Today we will be firing into a special trap by Leapers UTG. Leapers was kind enough to send me 2 traps along with some extra curtains. The curtains help slow the projectile down, and if they don't completely stop it, there's a steel plate at the rear to bring things to an abrupt halt. The trap is really good for airsoft and BB guns, and maybe some light pellet guns are also usable. But don't try and fire your PCP or Magnum Springer at this trap. It will not hold up to that kind of abuse. The action on the pistol is double action only. Also, this is not a target pistol. Using a slow, deliberate pull will often result in double feeding BBs into the barrel. This is an action pistol, perfect for teaching muscle memory for close quarter engagements. While it is relatively accurate, I use it more to practice point shooting. If I can keep it on the paper while quickly firing multiple shots, I'm pretty happy. One of my first YouTube videos demonstrated this practice technique with the Crosman C11. I do prefer using the better built Colt Defender for this type of drill. I fire either 3 or 5 rounds as quickly as I can while trying to maintain combat accuracy. I'm no pistol expert, but this exercise has helped dramatically when using my real guns like this Para Ordnance 45. Let's go ahead and talk about performance. The performance specs of the Colt Defender says it shoots up to 440 feet per second and gets up to 50 shots per fill. Well, they're wrong on both counts. It does shoot over 400 feet per second on average, but not quite 440. The good news is that my Colt Defender got over 90 shots per fill while still maintaining over 400 feet per second. I'm able to get 6 full magazines with full power shots. As for my preference of BB, I like the Daisy zinc-coated BBs much more than the Crosman brass-coated BBs. For some reason, the Crosman BBs seem to rust very quickly, while the zinc BBs last much longer without showing signs of degradation. That was certainly the case while I was living in South Carolina. It may be a completely different story here in the Arizona desert, but for now, I'll stick with my Daisy zinc-coated BBs. Here are the details right after installing a new CO2 cartridge. Had a high of 410 feet per second, a low of 400 feet per second, an average of 405 feet per second, an extreme spread of 10 feet per second, a standard deviation of only 3 feet per second. The average energy was 1.86 foot-pounds. As long as you give a short pause between shots, the velocity will remain very consistent all the way through the 5th or 6th reload. My Colt started to slow down during the 7th reload, which was over 90 shots. I'm very, very impressed with how this little pistol manages CO2 use. Let's go ahead and look at some shot groups. The first shot group is going to be from about 10 feet. The second shot group, I backed up a little bit. It's going to be around 15 feet. Let's see how I did. So here's my scorecard for the Colt Defender from Umarex. Let's start with the cons. Personally, I expected a bit more from an officially licensed product. Maybe a working magazine, slide, and hammer, but I'm sure that would dramatically raise the price. I'm not a super fan of the way the grip slides either. Eventually it's going to wear out, and I'm going to have the same issue that I did with the C11. At least there's a positive catch release on this one, something that the C11 and other C variants didn't have. And lastly, the black finish does wear off pretty easily. Now here are the pros for this pistol. The price is great. At about $56, you get a really hefty metal pistol that's just a lot of fun to shoot. Power and accuracy is really great for a BB pistol, and the almost magical conservative use of CO2 just blows my mind. This is really a great pistol for training and general practice. So let's pull this all together with our final summary. The officially licensed Colt Defender is a great little pistol. I would prefer to have a working slide and hammer, but there are other products out there that have that. On the plus side, keeping it simple keeps the cost low and gives you the potential of great reliability. I wore out my C11, so I actually purchased this gun for my own use, and at about $56, I'm very thrilled with it so far. It will be interesting to see how long it lasts for me. It fits in the same holster that I use for my primary carry gun and has a nice weight and feel. It's really an ideal pistol for a lot of different uses, so stock up on BBs and CO2. It's going to be hard to put this little gun down. I'd like to take a moment and thank the folks at Leapers for supplying our pellet trap for this review. And of course I want to thank the folks at Pyramid Air for their support of this channel and these reviews. When you're looking for your next air gun or looking to fill your next airgun supply order, please visit www.pyramidair.com or give them a call at 888-262-4867. Please be sure to let them know that you learned about them here at Airgun Web. When you're looking for honest, real-world airgun reviews, think Airgun Web, where we tell you the facts, not fluff. I'm Rick Utzler with AirgunWeb.com. Thanks again for watching.